So, you've got yourself a project car, an empty canvas. Was now just another car on the road will be a work of art sculpted in your vision by the time you are done with it. Your dreams are finally coming true. Of course, you've already got a plan on how you want it to look. You spent hours looking at all those pictures on the internet, all those cool guys on Instagram with their cool ass cars, looking awesome, getting the babes, getting the bros, whatever you're into. I can't tell you what to make your car look like because your car is a work of art. It is a physical representation of the driver. What I can tell you though, how to make it a little bit faster. An engine's an engine. A car is really a pretty simple thing, or a bunch of simple things all put together, working in conjunction to make something that can be terrifying. Brakes. Now I know what you're thinking, brakes don't make my car go any faster. What are you talking about, guy? I know. Brakes aren't the most flashy thing you can do to your car, but if you are planning on making power, you cannot skimp out on this. If you are making a lot of power in a fast car, you need brakes that are going to compensate. Now, the preferable option would be to go with a big brake kit, which is exactly what it sounds like. You got big rotors, you got big calipers, you got big brake pads. All in all, more friction equals more stopping power. But if you're like most normal people, that might be a little bit out of your price range. So at least get yourself some nice pads, some nice rotors, and some stainless steel brake lines. Cold air intake. A good cold air intake is one of the cheapest mods you can do to your car that has a somewhat effective increase in performance. Cold air is more dense than warm air, meaning if your engine's breathing cooler, it's getting more oxygen. A cold air intake moves the air filter away from the hot engine, so the car is getting cool, dense air. While many modern cars are coming out of the factory with good cold air intakes in stock form, there's typically always room for improvement. Plus, it does look pretty great under the hood. Exhaust. So you're taking in cool air, you're making a little more power. Now it's time to free up that exhaust so that your engine can breathe. There's all sorts of options varying in many price ranges. The most common of which would probably be the catback system. A catback exhaust is simply everything after the catalytic converter. This allows air to flow through the system more freely while still remaining legal, which matters. An exhaust upgrade can also be your way of saying, hey everybody, my car is not stock. Look at me. If you're into that sort of thing. Tune. Now you've got your intake and your exhaust cleared up, it's time to get a tune. An electronic tune tells your car's computer what's going on, so the engine can adapt to the changes you've made. It's what ties these modifications together and makes them work in unison. Tunes come in many forms and can't only increase horsepower, but they can also increase your fuel economy. Wheels. Your car's stock wheels are most likely very heavy gravity cast wheels, and they're also most likely pretty ugly. Deciding on a new set of rims is one of the most fun things you can do for your car, because not only will they make your car look freaking awesome, they'll also help out your handling. If your ride's prone to spinning tires on takeoff, get a wider set. This will give you more grip and will widen your track width. A wider track width means lower center of gravity. A lower center of gravity means better handling. Tires. Tires are one of the most overlooked upgrades you can do for your car. No, you don't get to go show off your new tires, brag to all your friends about the new tires you got. Nobody cares. I know, no one cares. They're important though. Buy nice tires in the right size, save up money, and buy from a good brand. It's the performance that matters here. Your tires are the only part of your car that touches the ground. Any power you make goes through them. Don't skimp out on this one. Coilovers. Adjustable coilovers are a great thing. They allow you to adjust the height of your car to whatever your happy little heart desires. Preferably, you want your suspension stiff and you want it low. In your search for the right coilovers, you're going to have to decide on spring rate. If you're going to be daily driving this car, you seriously don't need the stiffest springs available. You want to reduce body roll, but you also want to be able to enjoy driving your car without getting whiplash every time you hit a pothole. Fortunately, for most performance cars, there's a huge number of options here. Suspension height and travel are something that the car community loves to go to extremes with. So unless you're going for the slammed look or building a real track car, I suggest leaving your car at least a couple inches off the ground. Sway bar. A sway bar is there to prevent body roll. Just like coilovers, it serves to stiffen your suspension and leave you with a more solid driving experience. It's essentially a long metal rod that transfers kinetic energy from one side of the car to the other. leaving you with more planted, predictable handling. While many cars leave the factory with OEM sway bars, aftermarket options are typically thicker and stronger. This is a relatively cheap and easy modification that'll leave you with a better driving experience. Short throw shifter. A short throw shifter is an upgrade that'll just make driving your car more fun. It's a simple concept, really. When you're driving a manual, you waste valuable milliseconds every time you shift gears. A short shifter minimizes the distance you have to move your shift knob. More importantly, it feels awesome every time you use it. This is a very popular, relatively cheap mod, and as soon as you drive a car with a short shifter, you'll understand why. Weight reduction. Power to weight ratio is one of the most important factors in your car's ability to move fast. So much so that Formula One has made the controversial decision to require a minimum weight for its drivers. The problem with shaving pounds off your car is that it often means sacrificing comfort. If it's in the budget, carbon fiber hoods and body panels are great ways to make your car lighter while simultaneously making it look awesome. The next step is to strip heavy components that you don't need. If you're a normal person that likes having air conditioning and cruise control, this step is not for you. But you're not a normal person. You're a car person. Say goodbye to those rear seats and half of your interior. Passengers will just weigh you down anyways. You should probably start eating better.